Hi, I'm Hannah from Empower to Free, and welcome to today's session of Is Finding Meaningful Jobs Important? So thank you for tuning in. Today I have with me Benny Thiam from Methodist Welfare Services, who will be sharing his story and journey with us. So he has actually 10 years of social service experience in trauma, mental health, and also interpersonal violence. And just like to thank everyone for tuning in. And so let's welcome Benny. And thank you for actually being here today. And I'll let you have the floor to share more of your stories. Yeah, thank you.
Hi, my name is Benny, and I'm a family social worker in MWS Family Service Center. Let me start with a quote. Mother Teresa said, "Not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love." Allow me to share a little bit of myself. I came from an average family where both my parents were working, trying to take care of the family of 3 children. In our family, there were the usual disagreements, the difficulties, and the dysfunctions as seen in most, and if not all, families. But these are common. I was impacted more than others. I strayed towards vices. It all started because I experimented with drugs and mixed with bad company. During those wasted teenage years, family relationships were either distant or conflictual. I was not responsible in my school commitments. It went on, and it led to incarcerations till my mid-20s, and I did not hold proper jobs. In my last incarceration, it struck me that I needed to do something different from the previous incarcerations, and with a lot of support given to me, I made change. I am blessed to reconcile with myself, my family, and have a chance to do a social work degree. Our government said that 2022 is to be the year of celebrating Singapore families. I believe families are so important. Not only are families the basic unit of a society, they are also the environment of individuals. My work in the Family Service Center is with vulnerable families with safety and risk concerns, such as family violence, child abuse, and suicide. Once the family is known to us, we follow through all the needs of the family to make professional assessments, provide holistic interventions, and to stabilize the family. Hidden in homes and not visible to our busy society, there is actually a lot of needs in the society, and our work is often busy, often understaffed because of the intensity of the work as well as the urgency. There's one wish I have for the sector is for the sector to have the due recognition as professionals, increase the sector-wide pay because the hours are untenable, people is insane, attraction to the job is dwindling, and supply may soon also be depleting. What keeps me going is me knowing that the resources I invest in the families will keep the families or individuals safe, that their basic needs met, conflicts mediated, the vulnerable empowered to know their rights, and they take actions to advocate for themselves. Sometimes it's done by also bringing other services into the family. I have more hopes. With my childhood dream, I wanted to be a social worker. While my childhood dream is to be a social worker, after meeting a youth worker at the age of 10, my adult dream is to see a society where no social services are needed anymore. There is a saying, leopard does not change its spots. But thankfully, we are human beings, and we are not leopards. And human beings can change. Myself, yourself, everyone else. Social service is a lot about change. Do you believe in the change in people? I can't help it but believe, because I myself am one. I wrote a poem to encapsulate my social work journey during one of the social work day, and I would like to share it with you. It's titled My Social Work Story. When I was growing up, my life wasn't easy. A deep pit I fell in, locked in the days of frenzy. One after another, those chains became heavier, till the day that God arrived, the true life savior. A burning passion and God close to my heart, a degree in social work for which I strove hard. The defenseless and the violent, the addicted and the poor, all these became integral in my world. Seeking not riches, nor living with greed, giving with meaning, let that be our creed. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so thank you for sharing with us such a really meaningful and also very deep, insightful experience of yours. And we really, really appreciate it for all the viewers who are tuning in later on when they watch this video. So I think given what you've shared, I just have some questions that, we'd like to understand more about the work that you do. But before that, actually, this first question was relating to something that you mentioned just now, that family support is indeed very important when you are lost or finding your way, and also basically just guiding you through the different, I would say, milestones or life stages, right? So how has your family provided you with tangible or intangible support that was, very meaningful to you? Mm.
I think one of the most difficult times in my life was during my incarcerations.
Okay.
And my family would, without fail,
Yeah.
visit me and to encourage me during those visits.
Yeah.
It's not long, it's a 20-minute visit, and the journey to and fro prisons
Yeah.
would have been longer than the visit itself. During one of the visits, my dad came and he told me, he said, you have to change this time. And this was during my last incarceration. He
Mm.
said, I will give you my support and I will take time away from work. And he's even willing to give up his work just to come and see me.
Yeah.
And as such, I experienced that immense sacrificial love from my father, right? He's willing to really give me his 200% support.
Yeah.
And that really have touched my heart.
Yeah. I think agreed. All these little things, like you say, traveling, things that don't actually need to be said, and the fact that your dad shown you this support, I think it really helped you, find that comfort, yeah, and persevere throughout these hard times, and help you actually find a more meaningful work later on, and decide that, yes, you're going to embark on this change and be a better person. And I think that's really, really inspirational. I mean, personally, for me at home, my mom is also someone who always shown me support, even when I have my hard times. So I think that's really meaningful. So for me, I think I'm someone who is rather emotionally sensitive. And
Mm.
so whenever I feel like I'm about to give up also, I think it's always my parents who will pull me back and give me that support that I look for, even if it's not, in terms of words, like, even if it's just holding my hand or giving me a pat on the shoulder, or we're just sitting beside each other without saying anything. I think that's the kind of comfort that a lot of us are looking for and that we can relate to also. Yeah, and then coming back to the work, what is one advice you would share with anyone, or new joiners when you are planning to work in the social service sector, you think?
I often ask new joiners the
Mm.
reason for joining the social service sector. And as they share, right,
Mm.
I would encourage them and I would ground them
Yeah.
and anchor them back to the reason they joined.
Yeah.
And this is because the work is tough. It's not necessarily uh, um, rewarding most of the time or all the time. And that anchor is so important for them to remember their purpose for coming in and to stay true,
Yeah.
hopefully, and to persevere on.
Yeah. I think along the way, it's easy to fall off the tracks or be, not as motivated when things are hard, right? In your experience, do you feel that way, a certain way sometimes? Or will you be very, I would say, strong-headed and just push on? Yeah.
Um,
How are you usually like?
uh, Contrary to popular beliefs and what you're saying, I'm actually not that strong-headed. Yeah. Uh, there were many, many, many times that I have considered leaving the sector.
I see, I see.
Yeah. And it could be various reasons or factors.
Yeah,
Uh, but I try to anchor myself back.
I
Yeah.
see.
To persevere.
Mm. Yeah, I think that's really important also. I mean, at the end of the day, you also shared that at least this role and this job is very, very meaningful as to why you continue and why you started. So I think that passion is really very admirable for all the viewers who are tuning in and watching. It is something that it is difficult to find nowadays for people who are very passionate in their jobs, because a lot of times it's easy to feel that, I want to have a job maybe for the pay, for the big brands, the names, but to give that all up and really, like you said, choose to serve in the community and serve with passion and pride, and to want to show up to work every day. I think that is something that is very different from everyone, and something that, yeah, we can all learn from. So okay, and then my last question for the day, which also leads back to our session, is finding meaningful work important? Yeah.
I think we have the need to get a working definition of meaningful. Yeah. And that's because to each its own. What is
Exactly.
meaning to them? What is purpose to them? And I would
Yeah.
say that it does not mean that if you want a meaningful job, a purposeful job, uh, it's only the social service sector. Uh,
Yeah.
we don't want everyone to be social workers if they want meaningful jobs. Any jobs can be meaningful. In a
Yeah.
society, we require all expertise and professions
Mm.
uh, to allow the society to function. Uh, so what is meaning to you in life?
Mm.
What what do you find passion and meaning in for you? Uh, I think that's the question we want to consider.
Yeah.
And be yourself, go for it. Yeah.
Yeah. We only live once. So we have one life, and we shouldn't think too much, dwell too much, and just go with what the heart feels, right? Yeah, I think that is a very good point. For me, I feel that, I'm at an age where I'm actually just trying to find a new job. So going out into the workforce and starting my career. And I think, like what you said, it's about individually defining what you think is most meaningful to you, because it's not about doing what everyone else likes, or what the society deem as important or valuable, but it's what we want to wake up the next day and feel like this is the reason why I'm doing this. So I agree with you, and I think that it is true to find your own purpose and your own meaning in the jobs. And yeah, I think that after that you will slowly feel that it has become more important to you than anything else, because you believe in something that you are doing. So thank you for being an inspiration in this session, and yeah, really sharing with everyone, how it how we can all find more meaningful work and meaningful jobs, and also for sharing with us your experiences that you had so far. So thank you so much for your time.
Most welcome.